So the water pump's quite noisy on it. We have done a sniff test on the expansion tank, which does come back as it does have emissions in it, so we know it's going to be head gasket. We're just fingers crossed today that the block's not cracked. So basically today we're going to be stripping it down, make sure it's not cracked, and we're going to document it all for you for the channel, as this is the Mrs.'s project car. So we're down at Automodz as normal. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Give Automodz a like on Facebook. They are specialists in the 2.5s, especially block mods. So Mark's just getting the car in now, and we're going to see how it goes, guys. Stay tuned. So if you watched the previous video on when we picked this car up, buying and recovering it, it is in the playlist. If you go check it out, you'll see that the induction kit was missing and the coils were missing, so we couldn't test the engine when we purchased it. So we did buy it a bit blind. Mark's put some coils on it and basically it's fired straight up. Obviously you just heard the water pump is quite noisy, and there are signs of evidence of a burst water pipe. So fingers crossed it is just the head gasket warped, and we can just get the head skimmed and block mod it and change the belts, and away we go. What are you doing then, Mark?
I am about to drain the water. Well, whatever water's left in there, that's that one. I don't know how much water is in it, but we need to drain the water so we don't contaminate it. What oil is in there.
Is that a normal colour for the coolant, or?
No, it's like this water, that. There's not, it's more water
more water than coolant.
Yeah. So just that'll just drain a little bit. I need to get the pipe off the back of the engine as well, the crossover pipe, the rear one. Oh, lovely. Somebody's kind of had that on, but not on. I'll do that. Yeah. So your car, it's got standard down pipe on there. Somebody's had a bit of it's got a decat.
We'll have to take that off MOT. Yeah. Get a sports cat on it or something like that.
We'll have to, yeah. The rest of your exhaust system is standard. It looks pretty much all standard on it. Standard oil leak on the back of the engine somewhere, because it's all down the car. Standard springs, pretty much standard. Yeah. Not much else on it. One belt.
That's the back of it.
Two belts. Don't really use them. Put new ones on. Okay. Look at that. Yay! One bottle. Don't like that. Come off. So we just need to, now we've got that whoopsie bolt off, we can take the pulley off. Get that off, and then we can start taking stuff off from above. It's one of the reasons why we think it's a head gasket issue. Look at that. Yeah. Want any chips? With mayo.
So basically guys, what we're doing now is just a strip down of the engine bay, coolant bottle off, air induction off, plenum off, and that'll leave access to get the head off.
Yeah, there's a few other bits and bobs to take on as well, which all down the back there as well. I wish it was just as simple as taking a few
What
bits off.
is it like pipe work and things?
Pipe work, warp pipes, manifold, bolts, stuff like that we've got to take off. There's all the engine mount and all down the engine mount, belts and stuff we have to remove as well in the process. Your water bottle on the side will come off. Unfortunately, doing a Mondeo block mod is a little bit more complicated than a Focus due to other bits it's fitted that's not there on Focus.
Right. I know the engine mounts are a lot bigger, aren't they, on these Mondeos?
Engine mounts. We have to deal with pipes down here for the power steering as well, right next to the engine, which we don't have that on Focus. And even though there's more room, it's harder to work on because it's a bigger car, so we're doing a lot more stretching over stuff.
Right.
The coil packs
Yeah, that's the coil packs coming out now.
While Dave is tackling some of the stuff on the top of the engine, I'm tackling the mount down here. We've already got the engine supported from up underneath with a block of wood, which allows us to move the engine up and down when we need it, and also just support the engine so it doesn't fall out. We have a bit of a system on here with nuts and bolts where they go, although David's just landed on bugger it and stuck everything up there. Using my tools, are you?
I am, yeah.
You're right.
What's it to get over?
It's, you know, you have to take it off the sensor instead. It doesn't have, it's not like the Focus where it has the connection. An engine man.
They got rich for the energy drink.
Energy drink, got rich. Where's mine?
He disappeared somewhere.
Oh right. Oh, so that's it. Sod mark.
Mel'll make you a cup of tea.
Eh?
Mel'll make you a cup of tea.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, tea girl today. I think it's milk, yeah.
Have I got this small test?
You got to do the test, yeah.
Have we got it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's got that down there, hasn't it? Let's get rid of that there.
Is that some kind of bodge from the past then?
No, there's actually, on this particular model of car, on this age of car, there is a vacuum booster pump which sits down here, which is a bit of a pain to get to. Most people tend to remove it.
Right.
Don't have them on the Focus, and the newer, the later Mondeos don't have them. Just for some reason on the earlier ones do. pipe, it disappears all the way down the back of the engine. So we'll put that there out the road. Oh yeah, here's the bodge of what somebody's done. Obviously the plastic pipe that goes at the front of the engine has been, looks like it's been snapped or had a snap in it, and obviously they've gone and usually a piece of rubber pipe on it. Yeah, there's your bodge. Actually, two pieces of rubber pipe there and a rubber pipe on a pipe. Nice.
Is it a big job to change that then, or?
No, but it is expensive. It's about 60 quid for the pipe.
Wow.
Dave's just been doing the plenum underneath.
The inlet plenum, yeah.
Yeah, the inlet. Yeah. And dropping the screw guys, that's it. Looks like the cylinder head or the top has been off before because somebody's lavishly used silicone everywhere. There's a massive amount of it. So that's nice of them. Getting to the side of the timing belt, removing covers and stuff. There, that goes. And then we can see what has been going on. Because we know the water pump's noisy, and there's a lot of rust and white down there. So I think, even though the water pump's noisy, I think it's been leaking as well. And oh yeah, the tension is knackered as well. Yeah, tension is knackered as well.
Oh, it's on the timing belt.
Yeah. Well, I just pulled the belt and it stayed all slack. It didn't go back, so yeah. One time belt. Chuck. Yeah, yeah. That wobbles all over the place, that thing does.
Is that a common thing then, or a bit of a rarity, or?
It's not original, so most likely cheap timing belt kit put on it.
And now all we can smell is fuel because the fuel rail's coming off.
Yeah, I think David's still undone the pipe there, so he's just removing that now. So we're all getting a bit high. A little bit far to reach in these Mondeos.
Want a little step?
Actually, it makes it worse because I slip off the step instead. So I may as well just stretch.
So what's that you're taking off?
Manifold heat shield. I'm dying. Manifold heat shield, basically, so I can get to the bolts. So let's see how many snapped. 1, 2, 1, because that's another common thing.
The stud snapping.
Yeah. Well, we've got a couple of odd bolts in there, so somebody's already been playing. We've got a stud with no nut on it, so that's strange. So we just go over all of them, we just loosen them all off, and I can get in there with an electric ratchet and zip them all off. But it looks like they're all pretty much loose already. I've got that one. Bolt's that? Oh, that's not 13. That bolt's been replaced. Put a 14 in there. Nice.
Guessing that's not supposed to look like that then.
No, somebody's put a different bolt in there. So this is kind of already telling me, given that there's silicone in places and bolts are not quite right and stuff, it wouldn't surprise me that the cylinder head's already been off at some point in its life. That may be a good thing, maybe not
A bad thing.
Well, why is the cylinder head already being off? So it's obviously possibly had an head gasket issue before. So have they used shit parts and they failed, or has it had another leak and it's failed and caused more damage?
Yeah.
Or has there already damage there that we can't physically see, and now it's why it's leaking?
Yeah.
So we'll still be none the wiser to why it's failed until we pull the cylinder off, but it's not genuine. You know what I mean? Somebody's already been in there and done some stuff. Or has it had the block mod and still somebody's used non-genuine stuff? Because using the non-genuine head gasket doesn't work very well. Oh, we've got another bottle washer there. Doesn't work very well. They tend to do alright to start off with, and then probably over a year or so they start experiencing head gasket issues. Don't know why. We think the head gasket's not actually made of the same material as the original ones, and it just doesn't work very well.
So when you bring your 2.5 to Mark, just a bit of reassurance, it is all genuine parts used?
Yeah, we've always used genuine parts. So for all the time we've been doing it, we've always used genuine parts. Things go wrong in garages, it's expected, anything can go wrong, it's a car at the end of the day, mechanical. But, you know, some companies just tell you to bugger off, some companies will stand by the work and repair it. And obviously, that's with us. If there's an issue, we'll try and rectify it for a customer. No garage is perfect, but we try and be as perfect as possible as we can be. Stop that. Oh, undo all these 48 bloody bolts. What's that doing there? Oh yes. Not been sealed properly. There's oil up the bolts.
Do we get a plug on this then?
What? My Ford Plus rep?
Yes.
I don't know, depends on get through the drive shaft.
Yes. God, that's the only always readily available, as you know.
This is my local Ford rep.
How are we
Simon
there, guys?
gives me all the best deals on my Ford parts. Sometimes.
Well, we're doing.
And you all heard that. He said he was giving me a set of free drive shafts just for the plug.
Well, you know, 20 quid, 20 quid.
Hey. Well, get away. Right, let's pull the top off.
Now,
That came off pretty easy. Where's all that silicone left all on there? There's some there. Lovely. And more mayo and yucky oil.
Why would silicone be used?
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't use silicone whatsoever. Use a flange sealant is more appropriate. Unfortunately, with silicone like this, it sets hard like that, and basically it gets in the oil wells that supply the camshafts. See, look at that there, and obviously it gets in there and basically starves the top end of the engine of oil, which is not good, because then you'll have a noisy engine. Yes, that oil is brown.
Tell us what you're doing then, Mark.
Soaking your, I won't really call it oil anymore, it's just brown crap. But yeah.
getting your mayonnaise up your
Yeah. Well, I don't know, it's a bit funny coloured mayonnaise, but
It's like mayo and brown sauce mixed together.
yeah. It's not
Yeah,
nice.
there you took your chips in there.
It's not nice, but we're soaking it up anyway because I need to remove the cylinder, and the last thing I want to do is be putting oil all over my workshop. Because it's not already dirty enough as it is.
I'm starting to get a bit tense.
That wasn't actually that tight. Well, it'll only be a matter of minutes before we know what the fate of your engine is. Is it just a head gasket? Or do we have an engine that's knackered?
It's like doing a workout, isn't it? Swinging that bar around.
It is a workout. When you're talking the head back on, it's a workout. Water. There's water in the bolt holes.
See that? It raised the bowl.
So, yeah, it shot up. Pressure.
What's that a sign of then? Just pressure? Or...
Just a gasket. There shouldn't be water in there, but there is. Nothing to worry about. Let's get that off. Pull the head off.
Drum roll.
No, actually, let's get the bolts out first. Look, stinks. See, look at all that crap in the bolts.
Mmm.
Nice, man.
The heartbeats of Mel and Richard.
I can hear them.
Yeah,
I want no crying or anything, you know.
Start waiting for a baby to be born, isn't it?
Why is that distance?
It's for a man.
Looks a bit black in there.
It will be. You know what we said about cheap head gaskets? This is non-genuine. Because it's all black here. The original Ford Volvo/Ford one is grey, and obviously it has Volvo written across it. That one is a cheap and nasty. And just to look at it,
But for some reason, all the garages decide to go for them. Because they're cheap.
Buy cheap, buy twice.
yeah, it's like 20 quid head gasket.
Cheaper price, you'll fix it twice.
Yeah.
The old mistake. That's the reason I come to see Mark.
Where's me thing that?
So this is the part where we get either good news or bad news.
Yeah, because there's that much crap going on at the moment. I need to clean the top of the piston, the liner, sorry. Just need to rotate the engine a bit. I need to inspect one of the piston, the liners.
When the piston's ripped off.
Yeah, I can't see that particular liner. Okay, so we've already fitted 2 shims in. We've got 2 more to fit in, and we use a plastic hammer and a level, straight level, so we can tell when they're flat, and also just helps to put them in without any damage occurring. So we pre-fit that one, pre-fit this one. Nicely in. That's it. All 4 shims are in and nice and level. Okay, so we've got the cylinder here. We need to well, strip it down and give it a clean. Also, we need to test it for vacuum as well, because when we have cylinder head issues, like warp head gasket, it can affect the actual valve seals as well at the same time. Basically, these are your valves. You've got the seats in there, and unfortunately they can warp too and cause bad vacuum. So what we're going to do, we're going to strip this cylinder head to the point where we've got no this, no bracket, everything ready for skimming, and then we'll use our vacuum machine here to test it. And what we're looking for is a vacuum of 500 thereabouts or above. If it anything below that, then the head will need rebuilding. So let's get the valve lifters out, get them on the side. Because obviously we don't want those in there while we clean it all up. These need to be in order as well. If they get mixed up, then it's a yeah, we need to rebuild the cylinder completely if there's no problem. Just grab a rag. Okay, let's get the side bracket off. Nice. You know, I said silicone earlier, so they've silicone the cam caps on. It's nice of them. You won't be able to see too much here around because everything's in darkness and that off. Inlet manifold gasket, which is junk. Okay, now we can test the cylinder head itself, see if it's okay. So, fire our machine up. So we'll go for cylinder 1. You can see the gauge go up. So this is testing the inlet valve. A little low. Cylinder 2. A little better. I think we've got a bit of bad vacuum going on. So I'm going to start going down to 400, that one. Which is typical of the middle cylinder. There's always the worst out of it when it's a gasket issue. Just go back to the middle one. So it takes a long time even to get there. So we'll do the exhaust now. Still another one on exhaust. It's better than inlet. Number 2. Didn't seem very good, that didn't. Cylinder 3, the middle one, which is the worst one normally. So that's good. Feeling the head needs a bit of a mini overhaul as well.
So guys, the car's been pushed out. We're coming back in a couple of weeks' time once the head's been skimmed, just to carry on with the parts and get the car rebuilt. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you haven't liked Automodz on Facebook, please give them a like. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you.